All right, we're out here on a Friday night helping out my good friend Winford. And we are working on some wheel tubs for his F-150. This is going to go in the bed of his truck. Covers the wheels, the rear wheels,
right
where it's cut out.
Yeah.
It cleans everything up, makes it look really good. And as you've seen before, that's a good looking truck, so we're trying to do some good work.
Yeah.
Best we can on a Friday night anyway. So we're gonna work on, we got one just about done, and now we're gonna start the second one, and we're gonna show you guys just exactly, you know, what we're doing here and how we're doing it. And I mean, yeah, we're using an English wheel. There's probably other ways you could probably do this with a torch and bend the metal that way, maybe over like a drum or something, but it would be hard to get the radius. And I mean, these English wheels, they're gotten cheap. You can get, like, I have a floor model, and it was like 500 bucks. But when you start thinking about buying door skins for like this car, it's $200. You buy a couple of door skins, you've got what you would have bought the wheel for. Just get some sheet metal, and then you can, you know, time you do a couple of cars or a couple of panels on your car, it's well paid for itself. So, and then you help out a few friends, getting your money's worth. You can get them things in tabletops, you can get them in floor models, and you can go anywhere from like $300 or so for a tabletop to a floor model for like $500 all the way up into the thousands in these things. You know, some of these dudes that are rolling some of this real fancy sheet metal work, they get way up in the thousands of dollars. But for what we're using this one for, works out pretty good, man. You know, it's a learning process, something new for me. I never used one till I bought that one. So, and for stuff like this, works out really good. And straightening sheet metal. So hey, let's jump in this thing, see if we can make a wheel tub. What do you say?
Knock this other one out.
Let's do it to it. So we've got our sheet metal now marked, and he's going to cut us out a 3-inch strip. We're widening these out for his rear tires and the center section of this. Alright, we're going to roll this thing out now, and now I'll tell you, this is a slow process.
You want to change that?
Yeah, I do. I think I want to put that one we started with in, and then when we get it down, get the shape into it, then we'll switch back out. Alright, let's see here now. Get it in there. There it goes. Alright. You want a die that's kindly the same shape as what you're rolling. I've learned that. And you don't want to put a terrible amount of pressure on this to start with. Probably about what we started with before.
Yeah.
And you just roll it slow. Start getting some shape. Just go and check it. There we go. And this is really all there is to this. Just rolling it and taking it easy. It don't take long to put shape into it, does it?
No.
Oop. Alright, let me tighten the die up just a hair. Okay. The hardest part's keeping this thing on track.
Yeah.
Now we're not really putting pressure on this. We're kind of just letting that wheel do its thing. Trying to roll it as close to the edges as we can.
You can actually feel the metal
Yeah,
bend.
bend and stretch, yeah.
Yeah.
This is a simple machine, but you can do a lot with this
with
thing.
it, yeah.
If you're going to work sheet metal or thinking about getting into it, the best advice I can give you is just to chunk up the money and get one and just start doing it.
Well, yeah.
Because the more you do it, that's how you're going to learn. I sit around and watch videos for days on this, and it's, you know, and it'll do what you can pick up simple tips and tricks, but really the key is just jumping in it head first. And if you mess it up, throw it off to the side, get another piece, and start over again.
Yeah.
And take your time. Let me increase the pressure just a smidge.
But you can tell it's already taken shape.
Yeah, it is.
I think we're doing better on this one than
Yeah.
the first one.
We'll go so far with this die, and then we'll swap dies out, and then we'll go again. And you can see how much shape in just that little bit of time that it's already took. So I mean, it's just a, you know, it's just a patient, you know, taking it easy, taking your time, checking it. But it gets there. And I mean, it doesn't take, it ain't like this is no 30-minute, 45-minute process. It's just getting it in there and getting it done. And just running it slow through these wheels, keeping it on track. And watching what you're doing as it takes shape. Because it won't take but a minute to get away from you on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And looking at a curve like a fender, you would think would be, you know, anybody could do that and just stick it on there and bend it and weld it, but metal don't exactly work that way all the time.
Not with the curve, it don't.
No. Now, like with these tubs, they're two-dimensional, so across the top, if you stuck a straight edge on it, it's flat. And it's only curved one way, so it's two-dimensional. So you want to run it, from what I gather, you want to run it all the way to the edge. And if you wanted to stretch or dome the center of a piece, you would draw a box and keep these wheels inside those parameter lines. That would keep your edges true, and that would keep your center would do the shaping, the stretching. It's funny because you're doing this and you can feel the metal stretch in your hand.
Yeah.
And it don't look like it's doing a lot, but it's doing a lot. There's a lot going on here when you start bending and stretching metal and shrinking it. There's a lot going on. But we'll get this piece rolled the rest of the way out, and we'll get it lined up on that fender, and then we'll show you what that looks like. Alright, we got that piece rolled out now. This is how we've been checking it. We've just been sticking it on the inside and letting it ride inside the actual lip of this fender. And that's how we've been checking our radius, and it worked out pretty good on the first one. So this one's really close. I don't think we're going to push our luck much more, and we're going to throw some clamps on this thing and actually start to weld it up, and then we'll see what we got. But I mean it's pretty close, ain't it?
Yeah.
I think it'll be.
Yeah.
I think it's going to clamp up nice. So let's get this clamped up, and then we're going to start welding a little bit. Alright, we've got her clamped up now. See how tight these gaps are right here? That's what you're looking for. Not just in this, but in body work in general. When you're doing the metal fab on your cars, you want these gaps as tight as you can get them. Now something like this, it is easier to get tighter gaps than like, you know, something like over here on this car when you're doing work like this. But even then, with these clamps and stuff, and as much work as we've done to roll this, there's always going to be a small degree of hammer and dolly work and finish work just to fine tune it right before you weld it. The better you do right now, the easier it'll be to weld, and when you go to actually finish the body work and paint, the easier it's going to be then. It'll save you a lot of time. We've not had to spend a terrible amount of time on these two though, but you know, you just want to make sure you take your time. The devil's in the details when it comes to this welding work, ain't it?
Yes.
Especially when because you don't want to be in there putting a gallon of Bondo just because you wanted to skip out 5 or 10 minutes on a little bit of hammer and dolly work or a little bit fine tune on the fitment. But he's getting her dialed in there nice. And we'll be ready to weld this puppy together right here in a minute.
Yeah, I think I'm about ready.
It looks good.
I might have to do a little work here.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a little lip right here. When we start welding and we start welding down towards this edge, we'll start to work that out a little bit as we go.
But overall,
The gaps look really good on this. Give y'all a little close-up shot of the inside of it there, and now we'll go around and look at this outside edge, and you can see what we got. Looking really good.
yeah, I might dolly that a little bit. We'll do that later.
You think we were to start welding on this side and then work our way into
Yeah.
that, and then when we get down that side, we'll start to work it in as
Yeah.
we tack it in. All right, I think we're ready. We're going to do some welding right here and see what we can. We'll get you guys set up here, and we try to get you set up where you can see what we're doing here. And we're going to start tacking this thing together. doing them welds so we don't warp the metal as we go around it. Need to work out when we're good.
Feels good.
Let me go ahead and hit a tack right here. It's right here.
That is over.
Stay good right there. Actually, it's pretty good, ain't it?
Pretty good.
What's it feel like here? Oh, that feels real good.
It feels real good, doesn't it?
Alright, let me get a tack in there first.
Okay.
Oh yeah, yeah. Alright, now you can see what we're doing. We're going to, now that we've got this pretty much lined up all the way around and tacked into place, we're just going to pull our clamp and go around it, and then we'll get this welded up. tacked up really good, and then we'll come back and show you what the finished product looks like. Alright, we took it a step farther and we've added this support rod in to the end. Now let me tell you, rolling this sheet metal was easy. Bending this bar and welding it in, that's where the trouble got started. But it wasn't too bad. We knocked it out pretty easy, didn't we?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, not too bad. So we're going to cut this one off, and then we'll call this fender right here done. And then we've got one more bar to weld in, and we can call this job done. Alright, we're getting that thing clamped up, and we're ready to weld it in now. So we're going to do that. And we just basically manhandled that bar to bend it around like that. Just around whatever we could find in here that was around.
Yeah.
I was doing a little improvising on this job. We've got a series of clamps to hold this thing in place. And then, yeah, hopefully we'll weld it in there and she will look good. We've done the first one already. So, yeah, we'll see how this one turns out. And you can see all our clamps on there kind of hold this thing in place. And this is solid stock bar that we're using. It really strengthens the edge of it. And that's the purpose of it, is to strengthen the edge of this. So we're going to get ready to weld this baby in place and just about to call this job done, ain't we?
Yes, sir.
Let me get my welding helmet. Alright, let's see what we can do. Alright, here we go. Move y'all back so you don't get sparks blowed all over. We just want to get it tacked enough so we can roll it over and I can weld from the right side up. Because this is not an easy weld right here to make it stick like this. clamp it now. Pretty good, don't it?
Yeah. I don't think we need to.
I don't think we do either. I believe we can just weld it. I missed that one. It happened. I missed it good too. Starting to really look good now. I missed that one. I got her that time.
Looks good.
Shoot out. Now we'll cut these ends off, and that'll be this. And that'll be that. And we'll be that. And we'll be done. Get you guys in there close, and you can see what we've got going on right here. We've got a series of tacks holding that bar into place. It looks pretty good. The sheet metal work looks good. The support work looks really good. We're just going to basically cut the edges off now, and I believe that'll be that. Shoot, yeah. Not bad for an afternoon worth of work. Alright, here's the finished product. Nice set of extended wheel tubs. You can see the support bar in there. It looks really good. These turned out really good. Now, I've never done anything like this. It's my first time, and I'm really happy I got a chance to do this, because this is actually a fun little project right here for an afternoon. Cold and raining outside, ain't nothing better to do. But the seams turned out really good, and actually the whole thing actually turned out pretty good.
Yeah.
You pleased? I'm pleased.
Very pleased.
Yeah.
Very.
It's going to look real good. Now, we ain't going to leave nobody hanging. When
No.
you start putting these in, we're going to come up and we're going to check out what this thing looks like put in, and a finished product from bare metal to in the
Yeah.
truck. It's going to look good, ain't it?
I don't do videos, but I do take pictures, so I can download pictures.
Yeah, and we'll
You
we'll
know.
make sure and do all that, and we will get a video again on his truck as the bed comes together and gets done, so everybody can see what that looks like. There's a lot of people doing that now. It's
Yeah.
getting really popular.
Yeah.
So I hope you guys enjoyed the content. Hope you really liked the video and what we got going on. And hit that like button, hit that subscribe button for us. It helps us out, keeps us going. And until next time, we'll catch you all later.